Hey, what's up and welcome back to Girls Band Cry episode 10. I am really keen to jump into this episode. I just want to say at the top of the video, I'm still like coming off of a sickness and I'm at that point where there's like a lot of coughing and stuff. So if I'm coughing in this video, I really apologize. But anyway, I'm really excited to get into this. Last episode, we had the Tomo episode where we focused a lot on her. We sort of saw how she was holding her like critiques back because she doesn't know how to be nice with them, and on top of that, she like her rudeness and stuff can tear people away from her, and she didn't want that to happen either. But she just can't help but when she is giving critiques to be super harsh. So but I mean, what we saw was Nina's able to take it. Like she and Momoka especially are really down for proper critiques of the music and what they're doing because they can improve from it. So let's jump into the episode and see what happens. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. I'm a small channel, so all of that stuff helps me out a lot. And I have a Patreon account down in the description below if you want the full-length reactions and early access. You can get next week's episode of Girls Band Cry on my Patreon account in full length right now. Episode 11 is on there right now. So go check that out. Check out my Gent Watches One Piece channel if you like One Piece. And otherwise, let's jump into this episode. This is episode 10 of Girls Band Cry. The name is a little weird. Yeah, that previous name was terrible. Spending time with Rupa. Are you scouting her? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, what's their end game here? Okay, makes sense. Oh, Nina's gonna be on board now. Damn, you are a real fan. Momoka is not on board with this. Cute. Tomo's still pouting. Awesome, sounds great. Aww. That's cute. And she's on board. It's tough. Writing a song's tough. I kinda get that. Tomo seems like she's actually genuinely a little worried for her. Is this her mother? I think it might be. She knows that Nina would hide. Oh. How much do you know? Oh my god. Her family are all here. Yeah. That's what I kind of think. Yeah, I mean, you'd know better than anyone, Nina. That's also true. But I empathize with you. Wow, that's just straight up Spotify was on screen there. I thought it would be a parody, you know? Spotify or something.
逃げてないで直接言いなっせ。
True.
ニナ切れた。
She ran away from that phone call.
鍵変えてある。
Well, that
私
sucks.
ですよ。どいつもこいつもどいつもこいつも。うっさい。どうして。
Oh.
ほんのちょっとだけ仕事が長引いてしまって。また明日でいいや。いつで
Oh.
も話せるって思ってま
This
す。
is really sad.
思っているより時間やきっかけはないものですよ。
Man.
自分語りはうざいですよ。
These are good friends.
交換音いらないです。
なるほど、いじめでもないだろう。父親が味方してくれなかったことじゃないのか。
I can see that.
そんなこと。
じゃあ会ってこい。それまで私の家には。
Momoka really is like another older sister to her. Oh. Who is it? Sister? No, father. And mother. Great, well, you
ガール
found
ズバ
me.
ンドクライ。バンド？
I hate those principles.
プロ一歩手前みたいな状況らしいよ。
Father, didn't you want to talk?
わからないけど。
You're in the other room?
でも私はちらっと聞いていたけど。
お母さんがどれだけ傷つくと思ってる。
She's being guilted now.
そうやって言わないで。全部自分でやったよ。退学だって。
の紹介があったから入れたんだろ。保証人のところになんて名前が書いてあると思う。あるということだ。
だから言うこと聞けって言う。
Those lines coming off her
い
again.
じめなんかなかった。ちゃんと話そうって。会
She-
ってちゃんと分かってもらおうっ
Look,
て。
Nina, if you left now, I wouldn't
最初からこれ
be
で
mad.
ニナも一緒に来なさい。
Okay, you get one chance, father. Like, it was very big of you, Nina, to come all this way already, you know? I can see where she gets her, like, grumpiness from. They were both just pouting on the train on the way over here. Oh, cool.
きちんと事実を確認して当該生徒も事実を認めました。
They're apologizing to Nina
学校と
because
し
they
て
got
も
it wrong.
把握してなかったことを申し訳なく思ってます。
これだけですか？
学校としてはいじめという認識は
私が言えたことではないのは分かってます。
やめて。
しかし、
もうやめてって言ってるの。
I think her father's trying to do the right
ニナ
thing
がそんな
here.
ことを言う必要はない。
桃香さん、ニーナのことなんだけどさ。
I'm very conflicted about a lot of this.
熊本から帰ってこなかったら怪我してませんか？
What happened?
大丈夫。信じましょう。
You're thinking about Nina?
おかえり。
That's really cute. Oh.
あの曲
That's cute.
無駄なんだ。我慢するしかないんだって思ってい
You're
た。
gonna have a great song to
私の
write
背
after
中を押して
this.
くれた。間違ってないんだったら我慢なんかするなって。先のことなんか思いっきり飛べって。それが
This is
本当に
well
そこに
edited
落
right
ちて
now.
るのか
Holy
空に
shit.
向かって飛んだ瞬間なのかはわからないけど、あの時の私は自分を殺そうとしてた。
Jeez, man. I know that was what was being implied already, but I didn't expect the show to say it.
翼なんかないかもしれないし、これが本当の私だって。
Oh.
わかった。でもご飯だけは食べていきなよ。
Oh.
からしれんこんカレー。久しぶりでしょ？
I'm glad to see her sister support her.
いいの？何が？何って書くんだよ。書く。
Yeah, fuck the family principles.
大丈夫だよ。あんたが出て行ってからさ。
They don't really follow them much anymore.
心配してたんだよ。
Yeah.
それと教育者としてそ
I
れ
mean,
な
I
り
can-
に有名なのに、あ
I
ち
can
こち
see
聞きに行った
clearly he's
り
worried
アド
about
バイス
her.
求めたり。今回の新幹線往復チケットだってお母さんが友達にこっそり渡してくれって頼んでたし、気づいてなかったでしょ。あんたはさ、それだけは忘れないで。 いただきます。生きててくれて私も愛してるよ、ニナ。
Okay. I like her sister a lot more now. I was on the fence about her sister until now. Aww. Oh, the song. Is not her playing it? I like how she looked at herself thinking her phone was going off or something. That's a nice detail. Aww. Good. I'm glad you said that. I agree. Don't smoke. Oh man. This episode's hitting me. Oh. So simple, and that's gonna get me. That's your new apartment key. Oh. Oh. I really like that. Oh my god. I want... What was that in the background? Man, that got me. That really got me. Emptiness and catharsis. Okay. You seem content. Oh. Tomo has to be on the other side of the tree. This grumpy fucking band. That was the closest thing Tomo can do to a smile. Oh. Oh, that's so nice. After her dad wished her goodbye and then they said welcome to bring her back. That's so nice. This show is truly something special, huh? It's really amazing. I'm just going back real quick to the point where the parents had said goodbye to Nina and she leaves, and then there was a shot where it was focused on something in the foreground, but then in the background I wanted to see the parents and I didn't get a good chance to see them. So I'm just going back to it right now on my own because I think it was just showing the sister. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to see. It was this shot specifically. It looks to me like the father is like wiping away tears, and then the mother is like supporting him, which I think is very sweet. I love shots that show like the sort of very stoic father like secretly holding back tears. It always makes me... Oh man, I knew this episode would get me by the end because family dynamic stuff tends to get me in shows like this a lot. I mean, a lot of the times I've cried most in media is due to some sort of like family dynamic stuff, you know? That always makes me fucking bawl my eyes out. And it could be like any range. It could be like a really happy family moment or a sad family moment or whatever. I mean, happy family moments generally get me the most. but it's, you know, it's a huge range. Like, I think of in My Hero Academia, the scene that makes me cry the most, I think, in My Hero Academia is in season 2. There's a part where Uraraka just lost a battle in the tournament, and she gets a call from her father, and her father is basically like telling her how proud of her he is, and that she's going to be a great hero, and she's like really upset because she wants to help her parents as fast as possible. And like, that scene makes me just bawl my eyes out. I cry so much at that scene. And like, yeah, there's so many examples of like when you have family in media who have anything really happen to them. Just I don't know, it always gets me. So I knew this episode would, by the end, like really get me. It got me more than I thought it would, though. That moment where Nina and her father are having that conversation, Nina tries to leave, and then she starts to run away, which is a big theme of the episode, like Nina running away from things. She doesn't want to confront things head on. She wants to run away and like stew about it, and that's not, you know, how she's going to get shit done. That's not how she's going to face her problems. But she's, you know, so used to running away from everything. And we have this situation where she's literally about to run away from like the love of her family in a way, like at the very end there, where it's like they've now decided to support her. Hold on, let me just not cry for a second. They've now decided to support her, and they're all, you know, behind her on this, and Nina was again about to like run away before the emotion hit, and she made a last minute decision to not run away and ran back and hugged her dad. Oh man, that stuff really gets me. I also, I mean, I've said this before, I love hugs. I'm such a hugger in real life. I think hugs are very important, and I hug a lot. And so because of that, I really like when characters hug each other, because it's so sweet. It's so nice. So yeah, I liked this. I liked it because it's still a complex sort of relationship. I get the concerns of the family and of the father. It makes a lot of sense, and they're protective of her and they love her. But at the same time, you know, I don't like the way the family goes about certain things. But this is the thing with, like, you know, parents aren't perfect. They make mistakes. I think the family principles thing is stupid. I still maintain that. I think the family principles were always stupid. But I don't think, you know, these parents aren't perfect. They were doing what they think is right. They were doing the way that they assume would be best to, like, raise a family and to put Nina in the right mind space. But really, it was just like constricting on her. Like, this whole idea felt like she was being held back and tied in. And that is a big reason now why she wants to separate herself. And the problem is, I think one of the reasons she's so hesitant to go back to her family is, you know, you feel so constricted by stuff like the family principles and all of that. That, like, you feel like, okay, your family, once they get their clamps around you, they just tighten and tighten and tighten until you can't breathe anymore, until you feel like you're just being dragged along throughout your entire life. She'd finally broken free from that by moving and starting her own band and even quitting school and everything. So she'd snapped free of that. I think she was afraid, you know, if I talk to my family and if I go back there, what's going to happen is they're going to get their clamps around me again, and I won't ever be able to escape again. They're just going to tighten around me more and more, and it's going to be horrible. And there might also be the thought in the back of her mind, like, we didn't leave on the best of terms, but we didn't leave on the worst of terms either. if I go back to them, we are going to fight, and then I am going to leave on the worst of terms, and then I won't even have my family as like a backup anymore. Is probably like part of what she's feeling as well. I really loved her sister in this episode though. I mean, it's also making me cry just seeing this screenshot. Like her sending her off with a smile is fucking adorable. Because earlier in the show, I didn't know what to think about her sister, because she, like, I think from memory in one of the earlier episodes, she came there and she started off the conversation sort of supportive or whatever, but then she, like, I think by the end of the conversation, it felt a little bit like she was just lecturing Nina, and, you know, it kind of felt like she was a mouthpiece for what the family wanted, and that was once again quite tightening around Nina. So because of that, you know, I thought, is this sister, like, she cares about Nina, of course, but does she care about what Nina wants at all? I really, like, couldn't quite tell. But in this episode, she sits down, she talks with her, she supports her, like, she listens to what she's saying and takes it in. I mean, that part of the episode where Nina says, like, at that point in my life, I really wanted to kill myself. Like, that's such a raw thing to say. And I'm really glad they put that in the episode, because sometimes you need to be, like, honest about that sort of stuff to let it out. And, like, I think her sister hears that and hears the honesty that it's coming from, but also sees that right now she doesn't look like that burdened. I want to, like, after she says that, she looks like this. Which I know that's, like, kind of, you're seeing, like, the backwards version of it. There you go. She looks like that, right? That is the face of someone who just said, like, that they were gonna end their life. And I think the purpose of that is, like, she says this, and there's sort of like a relief there, you know, that she's able to say that, but also she's talking about how she worked through that, and the fact that she right now doesn't have those feelings, at least not as heavily, you know. And that, I think, is what gets her sister to cry, because it's this moment of going, like, oh, she's very serious about this, and this is what she needs. And because of that, I think she went and convinced her parents, like, or at least she was the straw that broke the camel's back on her parents, because she probably went and talked to them and said, like, this is really important to Nina. But I love that. I love the scene where the dad is, like, listening to the song on the other side of the door, and she's like, you don't like the song, do you? And he's like, it's a good song. it's really nice, because it means he took the song for what it is, like, what it actually is and what it's worth. I think this is a big thing with, like, parents can do this a lot, but kind of anyone. I think a lot of the time we don't realize how much of an effect certain things have on people. This is a big reason that I don't like to, like, shit on media a lot of the time. Like, if someone loves an artist that I don't love, or a show that I don't like, or a movie that I don't like, or whatever, I don't like to be like, oh, that thing is shit, that thing's terrible, I really, really hate that thing, you know? Because, this shows why. This song, that Diamond Dust song, really, really deeply matters to Nina. It's something that she cares about so deeply, and has changed her life. Quite literally changed her life. Now, imagine you, someone who doesn't like Diamond Dust, put yourself in the shoes of someone who doesn't like Diamond Dust. You listen to that song and you're like, this is fucking garbage. This is the worst song ever. And you're, like, posting memes about how your ears are bleeding listening to it. And you're like, Diamond Dust is the most overrated garbage shit bag, whatever, fucking stupid, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Like, what's the purpose of that for something that means so much to someone, you know? So, like, when I'm doing this channel, you will struggle to find a video on this channel where I am shitting on something. Because, like, unless it's, like, a horrible person. Like, that's... If it's someone who's, like, you know, a homophobe, a racist, a transphobe, you know? Like, someone who's just so hateful. I don't feel bad being, you know, like, being disparaging towards them because they're being so hateful, and I want to make sure to go against their ideology and their being to make a point. But if it's like a piece of media, especially if it's like a harmless piece of media, you know, something just that someone cares about, I'm not gonna go out of my way to tell people that it's horrible, because it's like, it might really, really matter to someone. I'm trying to think of an example of something that I'm not a big fan of, that but I don't really want to, because then I might be like going against my point. But there are things that I don't like. And I know that there's like a lot of media that I really care about. I mean, I'm watching a piece of media I really care about right now. Girls Band Cry, I really love, right? I'm sure, you know, if I tell my friends that I like this show, I don't think I've talked to my friends about this show specifically, but I've told my friends about other shows that I really care about that are similar to this. And, you know, a lot of the time, you know, my friends will be like, okay, yeah, sounds cool or whatever. And that's fine. Sometimes I'll have people, like, roll their eyes at me when I say I like a certain thing, especially when it's, like, anime related. And sometimes, you know, they'll start shitting on it. Not normally my friends. Normally, like, acquaintances, friends of friends. I don't tend to be friends with people who are just outwardly shit on things when I talk about them. But sometimes, you know, I will be talking to someone and they'll just start, like, shitting on whatever. And it's like, this is something I really care about. And it bums me out to hear you just trying to slam dunk on it when it really matters to me. And I don't give a shit what you think about it. I don't care that you don't like it. I like it, so, you know, cut me some slack. And also, I'm just of the belief that people think that if you dislike something, it's because you're sort of, like, above it. I don't like when people shit on stuff that much, because a lot of the time they're coming from a place of, like, because it's terrible, and I know why it's terrible and you don't. And I really, really hate that as well. Because, like, as I hope is evidence from this channel, when I watch stuff, I try to really watch it. You know, I try to take it in. I try to take in all the good points about it. Like, I'm clearly paying close attention to stuff that I watch. So if I like it, it's not because I didn't. It's not because I didn't see the writing flaws in the show or whatever, because I'm like a dumber viewer. I'm watching it. I'm taking it in properly. I just found something that you didn't in it. I just got something deeper. Not that you didn't get it, but you didn't find the nugget that is special in it. Maybe it didn't relate to you, maybe it didn't hit you in the right place, but it did to me. So I like in this episode that Nina's dad listens to the song, and it would be very easy for a father to listen to it and go, oh, it's like some weird pop rock music, like, oh yeah, it kind of sounds nice, great, you know, and put it to the side. But I don't think he did that. I think he listened to it in the context of, like, now why does she care about this? And probably listened to the song and the music and the vocals and the emotion behind it. And he, like, actually would have taken it in and gone, this is what my daughter is connecting with. And that's what matters. And I love when people, especially parents, take the time to do that. They go, oh, this is what you care about. And they try to take in, like, the things that their child connected with. I think that's really nice. I don't agree with everything the father has said or done, but I do appreciate in this episode that he was genuinely trying. And in the end, I think he made the right decisions. So, great episode. I really liked it. That was Girls Band Cry, episode 10. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction and early access. You can get next week's episode on there right now. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.